Hi, I'm here with Joe Perez, Sales Director at RoofTech. Joe, thanks for making the time to meet with us today.
Danny, anything for you and Frankensolar.
Joe, can you tell us a little bit about the year that has been and what's coming to RoofTech for next year?
So 2022 has been a challenging year in so many different ways. We started with we started out the year of 2022, if you recall, the logistic challenges and supply chain challenges of Q4 of 2021 was bleeding over into 22. A lot of companies felt that pain. We were not, isolated from that. We had a fastener shortage. We worked with our contractors and our suppliers to make sure that everyone got what they needed when they needed it. We weren't running a lot of surplus at that point, but we definitely, my team did a great job working with you and your team and our other partners to make sure that everyone got what they needed. And people had to wait, but not very long. And so,
it was definitely not as bad as what we've seen with other people and other companies. So definitely a few challenges, but not too bad, which we do appreciate. You guys worked really hard on everything. So
it's nice when you have good partnerships, right? Because we didn't want you to have to answer to that. We were really trying to be proactive. We were reaching out to contractors, letting them know that it's not that you didn't order enough screws or that you didn't have screws. It was that no one had screws. And so we appreciated everyone's patience. And then really what we learned a very good lesson from that. And now, I can say for the rest of 2022, we really focused on supply chain and inventory management, and are coming into 2023 with the standard of always having a minimum of 5 months of product on the shelf, so that we can always be insulated when those situations that are outside of our control arise. And that's the kind of stuff that we managed in 2022. We brought on some new team members. We're really happy to bring in Guy Wellman. Guy Wellman is the sales manager for Canada now. I took I've become the sales director.
You became the big guy now.
I don't. They were. I don't know how my name got picked out of the hat, but I'm trying to do the best I can.
Pretty good idea how.
We got Guy Wellman though. Guy Wellman has been managing the Midwest of the U.S. for a number of years, and so it was a natural pick. Equal distance from Victoria to Halifax. So poor Guy is flying quite a bit. But he's doing a great job working with contractors, working with our partners, getting people trained, running meetings and webinars just like we always had. So what's nice is that 2022, we really focused on investing more into the Canadian market, both with personnel, inventory, and technology. One of the things that we did this year with the RT Apex is that we have included our estimator. We designed an estimator just for the Canadian market, but we can get into that later. But 2022 was a tremendous year for the entire industry. RoofTech, it was no exception for us. Just navigating the challenges and taking advantages of the tailwinds.
Cool. And what's new for next year?
So for next year, we will see so much more RT Apex in Canada. Our trainings have been absolutely crazy. Guy and myself have been on rooftop with Canadian contractors from coast to coast. So we're going to see a huge increase in that product. We have our new conduit mount coming out. The RT Mini is a great multi-use product, right? We've built our reputation on the RT Mini. But keeping contractors in mind and in an attempt to show the marketplace that we're interested in supporting contractors, not just having a transactional, like how much can we get per unit. We've developed a conduit mount. No one asked for it, but we decided that why waste all that raw material and that money just to hold up a conduit. So we have a much more economic and much more useful conduit mount that we've produced. We worked with contractors to get their feedback. So it's a product almost entirely designed by contractors that have been using our products over the years, and we're really happy to have that coming out. We're still working on our second generation of REB. We're thinking that might come out this year. There have been some tweaks. I can't talk too much because it's kind of top secret.
Top secret.
I think everyone's going to be pretty happy and excited when it does finally come to market. And then 22, we're going to be continuing to add to our team. We're bringing on new trainers. We have our own North American R&D center now, based in San Diego. So our innovations will come sooner and more, more frequently and with much more interaction with contractors throughout the process, rather than just conceptually and then sending it off to Japan to be developed and then we get it back and try it. We'll actually have a facility that Mike Dunlap, our GM, and I are actually going out to build our training facility and our testing facility. So it's going to be really neat. Really excited to invite people out to check this out.
Where is that going to be located?
It will be located in San Diego. That is where our headquarters in North America is. And if I have to travel to California, and hopefully there's lots of that traveling happening during the New York and Nova Scotia winters. So starting in December, we were working on that. And then 23, we'll just see increased investment in both the Canadian market and the U.S. market. We're trying to, more than ever, stand behind our contractors. We're most excited about the Apex Performance Guarantee, which is essentially a performance guarantee that backs, besides our 25-year warranty that is protecting the project or the homeowner, the Apex Performance Guarantee is a way for us to have the back of the contractor. And essentially, we're providing a way to have contractors install the RT Apex, knowing that if there's any kind of failure within 2 years of that product going on roof, Roof Tech will, essentially pay, $300 per kilowatt, up to 10 kilowatts, for any kind of repair and replace, any kind of remediation, just so that the costs that are incurred by a contractor are making it right for their customer. We want to be a part of that. We want to offset that. And that's in addition to that 25-year warranty. So it's our way of really standing behind the product and making sure that customers know that we're interested in a partnership and not just a transaction. And so that's probably the most exciting thing we have going for 23.
And this whole partnership thing, it's always been something that stood out to us as well. As you guys have, it's always been a true partnership, right? Going down to the installers as well, like you guys have always been supporting them and through us, right? So that's a really big thing, and it's what we stand for as well. So it's great. You also mentioned something about the Apex calculator design tool. What can you tell us about that?
So the design tool, we've had the U.S. estimator for a few years now, and now we've developed it for the Canadian market. Because the engineering and the load criteria for a site or a project is calculated differently from one side of the border to the other. We wanted to make it easy for people to be able to, plug in our product and see how it could be used in applications. And so, in a very real way, specifically in the Canadian market, I see the RT Apex, even for people who don't necessarily love the idea of going rail-less, even though it makes tons of sense from a materials and a logistics standpoint. Even if you just have a project that needs to be racked in the landscape, a lot of times there's, module manufacturers will have a limitation on the north-south clamping on the short edge. And so with the RT Apex, you'll be able to still clamp on the long side, even in a landscape orientation. So there's a real advantage there. People are already used to the roof attachment methodology and technology. So it's really just getting up to speed on some of the finer points, which are really easy and very approachable. We've had a great success with our training on the Apex so far. Customers are loving it. And I see people utilizing the estimator now to kind of configure projects and play and kind of see how it works.
Yep.
I think a lot of people are familiar with Rails, but maybe don't understand the nuance. And we've definitely run into people that were, maybe, I don't know, I wouldn't say ashamed, but maybe felt like dumb that they didn't know exactly how it worked.
Yeah.
There's always that that thing. And so what the estimator does is allow people to go in there and kind of play around and get a feel for it before they're actually on the roof.
Yeah.
That's a very important and valuable thing.
It's a great way to learn about the different components as well, right?
Absolutely.
Typically, and what goes into it. So I'm pretty excited about trying this out myself as well.
That's
and
great.
obviously, hopefully stocking that product next year. Thank you so much, Joe. I really appreciate your time today.
Right, and when you're ready to try the estimator, I should have mentioned that we, just like all of our products and all of our equipment and technology, we can offer a training. Perfect. So anytime you want to run through the estimator, any of your customers or team members, we're happy to, Guy or myself, to get on a call and run through and train you on how to use the estimator so you can get the most out of it.
Perfect. We could maybe do a webinar as well early next year or something like that.
Well, from blustery San Diego, it'll be my pleasure.
Sounds good. Yeah. How can people get a hold of you guys if they need anything?
So you can always access myself or any of the team by emailing info@roof-tech.us. That email goes to all the leadership team, and then we make sure that it gets to the appropriate people so that they can answer questions. But you can reach Guy or myself. I'm joe.p@roof-tech.us, and Guy is guy.w@roof-tech.us, and we're always available.
Perfect. And if anyone has any questions as well from Frankensolar, our key account managers are able to help as well. You can reach out to myself. Or just send an email to sales@frankensolar.ca and ask a question there as well, and I will distribute it accordingly. So thank you very much, Joe, and have a good rest of the show.
Thank you, Danny. Appreciate it.
Thanks.